up, everybody? It's me, Quentin, again. So I was reading and I was thinking and I had a thought. I was actually reading a set of scripture in the Old Testament, and actually 1 Samuel 29 is a story about David when he was on the run from Saul. And I just want to read this set of scriptures for you because I think it's real interesting. I think you'll catch it as I'm reading, and we'll talk about what my thought is about. So it's 1 Samuel 29 verse 6, and it says, Then Achish called David and said unto him, Surely as the Lord liveth, thou hast been upright, thy going and thy coming in with me, and the host is good in my sight. For I have not found evil in thee since the day of thy coming unto me unto this day. Nevertheless, the Lord's favor thee not. Wherefore now return and go in peace, that thou displease not the lords of the Philistines. And David said unto Achish, But what have I done? And what hast thou found in thy servant so long as I have been with thee unto this day, that I may not go fight against the enemies of my lord the king? And Achish answered and said to David, I know that thou art good in my sight, as an angel of God. Notwithstanding, the princes of the Philistines have said, He shall not go up with us to the battle. And as I'm reading that, the thought that came to my head was, how do we handle rejection? Or to go to the ultimate end of it with myself, which is, how do you handle when God says no? Because we're all great in pleading to God and ask God for certain things, because we, even with us who feel like we have good intentions, we're not going to use it. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're not trying to abuse our request. We believe that if God will grant this request, it will help us better, whether it's in relationships, jobs, finances, and things. Whatever it may be, we think, God, this is a good thing. It's going to be great. It's going to work out. So, but if God decides to close that door or remove that person from our lives or remove us from that situation, it doesn't feel good because it's not what we want. Ultimately, we get that no, and sometimes it's easy for us to get frustrated as if we really believe that God doesn't understand. It's just that we're not getting what we want. The truth of the matter is we have to have faith and trusting that God's no is just as good as God's yes. God's closing the door is just as good as God opening the doors. And we have to hold to that. The reason I believe that is the Bible says in Romans 8:28, it said it so perfectly that all things work together for the good of those who love God, those who are called according to his purpose. The key part in there, it doesn't say all good things work together for good. It says all things work together for good. The good things and the bad things, the yeses and the nos, it all works out for our good. It's our job to trust, again, that God's no is just as good and just as much of a blessing as his yes. The reason I bring this up about rejection and how it all works together, this story with David, real quick, if you jump ahead in two chapters actually in 2 Samuel chapter 2, David becomes king. God tells him, hey, and basically what happens is he becomes king because Saul died in battle. Which battle? The very battle that David was trying to join in. The battle that the enemy said no. The battle that the enemy rejected him. The battle that they said, no, we don't want him with us. And why is that important? Because David was anointed to become king when he was still tending sheep. Now, how would it look if the man who was anointed to become king went into battle, fought against the Lord's army, and killed the king of Israel? Or even if one of his men killed the king of Israel. Or even if he was just in the battle, it would have went out that David joined the battle and his men killed Saul. He took the crown. But we know the story that David was anointed to be king. So when the Bible says the battle is not yours, it truly is the Lord's. God is really setting you up to fight the battle for you. He just wants you to step out of it sometimes. Why? Because God knew in the beginning that if David joined the battle, it wouldn't have looked good for him to become king in that way. I bring this up because God is telling us no for a reason. He's withholding things, or he's blocking things to make sure that you come out clean on the other side. That your integrity, your name, your character will not be questioned, and no one, not even yourself, will have to wonder how you got what you have. But you'll know that God bless you. So, that no, that rejection is real good. And it's going to work out for you good. So, just a thought. That's all I have. Until next time, God bless you. Peace.